Hello everybody, Dr. Bulow here at the Upper Cervical Health Centers, and this past week I've been talking to people about my math problem. If you can read this, it says 1 minus 17 equals 2. Now, before you go accusing me of having zero mathematical skills, please let me explain. It's not traditional math, it's just a fun way that I came up with to talk about some very significant research that was done in the world of high blood pressure and upper cervical specific chiropractic care. So what they did, if you allow me to explain this in just 2 minutes with you, what they did was they took a pool of patients. All of them were diagnosed as having high blood pressure. None of them were on any kind of medication. They took these patients and they were all measured by a nurse practitioner, and the group was then divided into 2 parts. One part had an upper cervical correction of the atlas vertebra, right? After a full evaluation, they were found to have a misalignment right here. And half of that group with high blood pressure had that corrected. The other half of the group were given a sham, a fake, a placebo adjustment, not the real deal, right? And what happened was, with one upper cervical adjustment, the group that had the real deal had a decrease in their blood pressure by 17 points, right? So if a normal blood pressure is, say, on average 120 over 80, and these people, let's say, had 140 over 90, a decrease in 17 points brought them down to about 123 over 80 or 90. But a decrease of 17 points systolic with one upper cervical specific adjustment. The group that had the sham, that had the fake, had no change whatsoever. And the nurse practitioner taking the blood pressure didn't know who had the real deal and who had the fake. And that was after one adjustment, immediately following, and an 8-week follow-up. So 2 months had gone by, and the ones that had the real deal, their blood pressure remained within a normal range, had a decrease of 17 points on average. That's huge. In fact, it equals, number 2, negative 17 points systolic equals 2 medications. It usually takes 2 prescription medications to get that level of decrease in somebody's blood pressure. So what does that mean? It doesn't mean that I have bad math, right? What this means is that people that have these chronic health issues, such as high blood pressure, all things being equal, should have an upper cervical evaluation first to see if there is a squeezing or clamping down on the brainstem that could be relieved before going on some of these heavy medications. How many people do you know that are taking cholesterol medications or blood pressure medications with no end in sight? Now, I'm not one to go against, medicine at large for the sake of going against medicine at large. All I'm saying is that perhaps we should be evaluating, do we have to take these things indefinitely? Or should we be looking to the cause? Should we be looking to change something? Change our lifestyle, change our eating habits, change our exercise habits, change whether or not we are under some specific upper cervical care. Because maybe, just maybe, that would change our need or our dependence on the medicines that we're on. So just another thought, something to think about, because going into this Thanksgiving season, I think we have a lot to be thankful for. And one of the things that perhaps we get overlooked is our own health. And maybe you know somebody who's suffering, who maybe with high blood pressure, maybe with another chronic illness. And the best way that you can give thanks for the health that you have is to give somebody else that hope, that information that maybe they need to get the health that you and I experience. So maybe this video isn't specifically for you, maybe it's for somebody that you know. Please share it. Please help us spread the word this Thanksgiving season so that we can impact as many lives as possible in a positive way. I'm Dr. Bulow. This is coming at you from the Upper Cervical Health Centers. Thank you for spending this time with me, and I hope you have a wonderful Thanksgiving season. God bless.